Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to be making yogurt from scratch with just two simple ingredients. If this is your first time of seeing my video, I'm Ane, and I'm just showing you my lifestyle, my day-to-day activities, so welcome. Like I said, today we are going to be making yogurt from scratch, and these are all the things you need. Today I'm going to be trying both full cream and instant milk, and the second ingredient is your culture. So for me, I'm using 1/4 cup because I couldn't find my 1 cup. So I'm going to be measuring out 2 cups of milk of the two different types of milk that I am using in two different bowls. For me, the most affordable milk is Dano, but you can actually make use of other milk like peak milk, Lacto Rich, and any other type of milk we can just find in the market. And before, I also believe that only full cream milk can make yogurt, but after using this instant milk, I now believe that all milk can make yogurt. So in the second bowl, I'm measuring out my cocoa milk. And just like I said, I am going to be measuring out 2 cups of this milk. So if you're wondering why I'm measuring more than 2 cups each, you will realize that I'm actually making use of a 1/4 cup instead of 1 cup, which means that I have to measure this 4 different times to actually get 1 cup, which makes it 8 different times. What follows next is to get your room temperature water. Now, when I say room temperature water, I mean normal water that you drink, water directly from your tap, not hot, not cold, not warm. So you should go ahead and just add equal amount of water, which is 2 cups of water each to each bowl. And of course, for me, it's going to be 4 times, which is 2, which is going to give me 8 times. And now you have to go ahead and mix properly. Mix it until there is no lump left in your milk. So as you can see, I did the same for both sides. And the next step is to find hot boiling water. When I say hot boiling water, I mean water directly from fire. So go ahead and add equal amount of water again. That means 2 cups of water. So I'll just go ahead and do a recap. We have 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of room temperature water, and 2 cups of hot water. So the ratio for this is 1:1:1. So if you're making up to 5 cups, if you're making up to 10 cups, you already know what to do. If you're making 10 cups of milk, you have to add 10 cups of room temperature water and 10 cups of hot boiling water. And immediately you're done doing that, go ahead and mix very well again. Mix it thoroughly. After you've mixed it properly, there's some milk that actually form a film on top. So just go ahead and remove the film. And after this, go ahead and sieve your milk. I lost a clip of when I sieved my milk, so you might not find it in this video. Now the next step is to actually take a little from your yogurt and put 1/2 teaspoon of your culture. Now, the major reasons why a lot of people say it's expensive to make yogurt at home is because of this culture, because one is around 3,000 naira in Nigeria currently. But for me, I actually think it's worth it because you can actually use this to make at least 12 cups of milk, which is actually reasonable. So go ahead and dissolve this in your little quantity of milk. Mix it very well until you dissolve everything. Then you go ahead and turn it into your big milk. I think this is very, very understandable, right? So let's move on to the next step. So after this particular step, you still have to mix it properly and make sure the culture circulates. Now, there are 3 different methods of making culture. Number 1 is to buy this culture from the market. Number 2 is to create yours at home. And number 3 is to make use of Greek yogurt. You can go ahead and go to a store to get your Greek yogurt and just mix a tablespoon to a cup of milk. So what I'm trying to say is that if I'm using a store-bought yogurt, make sure the yogurt has live culture in it. It should be in the ingredients. So if I am using a store-bought yogurt to make this, I'm going to dissolve a tablespoon of the store-bought yogurt into this small mixture. Now, because I am making 2 cups, I am going to be making it 2 tablespoons. So it is as straightforward as that. But if this is your first time of making yogurt, I advise you to go with your culture because this is the most simplest way you can ever get your yogurt. So go ahead and continue mixing until you are sure you've dissolved everything. And now what we want to do is called the temperature test. Take your index finger, your clean finger, and dip it into your yogurt. Make sure you are able to tolerate the heat for at least 10 seconds. Now, if you don't want to dip your hand inside, you can go ahead and take a bit and put it at the back of your hand and see if you can tolerate the heat. Whatever works for you is actually fine. So go ahead and seal your container. It is very important for you to be making use of your airtight container in this process. Because this process, we don't want oxygen to enter. We are trapping everything. We don't even want air to enter. Now get all the nylon in your house and wrap this up properly. When I say wrap it up, I mean wrap it properly. Especially if you live in a cold place, it is important for this incubation process to be wrapped properly and for everything to be airtight. So for me, I live in a very warm place, so I already knew this was not going to be an issue. So I went ahead to wrap the second one, and I still brought another big nylon to wrap them both together. Again, just like I said, we are doing proper wrapping. So after doing this, I brought out the two big sheets I have in my house and I used it to wrap it up. Now here is where it gets tricky. You are going to put this in your oven or in your microwave without turning on your microwave or your oven. We are just making sure you are keeping this in a very warm place. So I am not at home currently, so I made use of a cooler, which means anywhere that is just airtight, basically, just put it in that cooler, wrap it up properly and close the cooler. And this is me going in with my second thick sheet just to wrap it up properly. So we are going to leave this for 10 to 12 hours. This 10 to 12 hours is actually important because it has to ferment for it to turn to yogurt. So I made mine at 8 p.m. yesterday, and this morning I brought it out at exactly 8 a.m. And guys, guess what? My yogurt is ready. Now you can go ahead and sweeten this with sugar, but from this we can actually make Greek yogurt. So if you want to learn how to make Greek yogurt, comment down below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.